New Order rose from the ashes of legendary Manchester band Joy Division after singer Ian Curtis committed suicide on May the 18th, 1980. The band only released 3 albums with the now classic tracks like Love Will Tear Us Apart and She's Lost Control.
Ian's death was a very shocking thing because, I mean, I think I can blame most of it on youth. Good old youth. Because basically when you're young, you don't really know much about life. You just haven't got the experience, and basically, you know, it's like if I saw happen, I mean, and I have seen it happen to people that I know now, what happened to Ian, now I'd stop it immediately.
Radio, live transmission. It's so long ago, really. Obviously, we were all deeply upset at the time, as you usually are when somebody dies so unexpectedly. But I don't think that there was any question that we were ever not going to do anything, really. It was just a bit of a struggle in the early days of New Order to find out, to reinvent yourself, as it were, to find out how to write lyrics, how to write songs without Ian, who'd previously taken care of all the lyrics and, you know, left us to fend for ourselves.
When Ian died, because we were so attracted to each other, personality-wise, I think that helped us carry on, you know, so, you know, we kind of did it for friendship, not for success, really, but it's paid off in Let's Give Us Success.
Tell me how do I feel? Tell me now, how should I feel?
The 3 remaining members decided to continue and renamed the band New Order, while being joined by Gillian Gilbert on guitar and synthesizer.
Because we tried playing with tapes and things, felt that we needed another member of the band, but what hasn't been in a band before, so that's how it came about, really.
Basically, she could play guitar and keyboards, but she sort of learnt more with us, and the reason we did it was because we didn't want anybody to change what we had, which was a bit selfish.
Their track, Blue Monday, was the biggest selling 12-inch single of all time. The band say it was just good timing.
I think Blue Monday was a huge success because it was the right type of record at the right moment in time. Up until Blue Monday came out, there weren't there was a very few electronic disco records that were created with computers.
Blue Monday was, it was sort of our Frankenstein, if you ever read the book by Mrs. Shelley. It was an attempt to get a couple of boxes to, you know, to play a song so that we could just walk off the stage and allow this machine to grind away at its stomping rhythmic glory.
And the song True Faith, another huge hit, which the band put down to just good luck.
We decided to go in the recording studio and write a top 40 hit single for the States to see if we could do it. And again, I suppose everything just happened at the right time. Like the video was a great video. It was a nice bit of good luck, you know, as was Blue Monday after the bad luck that we'd had in Joy Division.
You got love technique.
The band have always had trend-setting and award-winning videos, but they actually don't like the medium much at all.
Records reminded you of times and people in your life, and I think that videos take a little bit of that magic out of it because you always associate it with something that you've seen. It's like, you know, with Whitesnake you always think of David Coverdale with a long coat on, surrounded by birds in stockings and suspenders. You know, I think it takes a little bit of the magic out of it, and maybe one thing I like about the way that New Order do it is that when you see a New Order video, you don't presumably attach New Order playing on it. It's more used as like a soundtrack for a film, if you like, and I like the way that works.
The band members don't always work together. Bernard Sumner teamed up with Smith guitarist Johnny Marr to record under the name Electronic, while the rest of the band work on soundtracks and other musical projects.
To me, it's just like one long thread that comes from Joy Division and that goes straight through Electronic, Revenge, the other two and everything. It goes straight through it all.
The Their latest single is called Regret from the album Republic, their follow-up to 1989's million-seller Technique.
It's always nice to me that someone was saying that regret sounded like ceremony. And I was thinking, well, that's really good. It's nice to have that thread. We've succeeded in what we wanted to do, and the greatest thing of it all would have been for Ian to have seen that, because he worked so hard and he believed so much in what we were doing. It's, you know, it's just the saddest thing is that he never saw it, or maybe he's up there now, who knows?